Let's say that you were in a school where the grade 10 curriculum was to learn geometry and the grade 11 curriculum was to learn algebra. But you mixed it around. You wanted to learn algebra first for some reason. Had to learn it first. And you wasted the whole year because you didn't pick up on what was being taught, what was next in the evolution of what you needed. So let's say those years were actually lifetimes. You wanted to learn what you weren't learning, and now you've got to make up for that time. I don't think there's anything wrong with identifying with another gender. And it might not be for the reason you expect. I think it's a very natural sequence of events in evolution for you to identify with what you're not. And the reason might seem outlandish to you, but we don't live on the earth for no reason at all. We have things we have to learn here. And from what I understand, it's one of the densest levels of existence being here on Earth, because you learn cause and effect by experiencing all these material scenarios. Other places you go before and after death are probably much lighter, more ethereal. But don't think you were punished to come here. I think you came here because you wanted to challenge yourself to evolve quickly and evolve beautifully. And so you get bored going in different directions, different paths that you know you have to experience to pass grade 12 in this world of Earth. So maybe you've been used to being one gender, male or female, and you arrive as the other. It's nothing to be ashamed of, because if we don't learn to be adaptable, we don't learn anything. And to have feet on the ground on planet Earth is our learning ground and our testing ground. There are certain qualities to being female and certain qualities to being male that are familiar to us. And even in our genetics, we've grown in certain ways. But whatever you are, this time around, you make the best of it, and you will evolve. And that is a great gift. If you've learned to be adaptable and flexible, look at the other side of things from another perspective, then you can be more understanding of the other lives around you and what they're going through. And that compassion is the greatest learning, because you've gone through what everybody else has gone through before. You've gone through many scenarios. And the ones you didn't understand, you're going to have to learn again. Try not to be so attached to your little body. But in essence, I would really say, try not to be attached to that other type of body that you think you want. explore. And when you finally say, oh, I get it, you'll realize that your experiences will be adding to the great oceanic experience that is consciousness and the whole universe trying to learn. You could read about experiences in books, watch other people go through them, but nothing prepares you for the true tests of evolution in life, like experiencing change and getting through it and understanding, and therefore being compassionate and able to help other people just by having learned those frequencies and vibrations that you've attained are in the ether. They're in consciousness. They're in the universe. And they help everybody to progress. They help evolution. They help us get out of unpleasant situations that we see as pain and sorrow. Understanding is victorious over all that. When we move on from having to be on this earth, let's hope we took the body we had and learned the most we could from it to add to what we have already learned and move on to a higher level. And also, when you start to get older, don't begrudge that time. Don't wish you were younger. Revel in being older. Think of all the years you were working. Think of all the years you were running after a mate, having children. Think of the years you were children. When you were a baby, you had to learn to walk. You had to learn to understand and talk. By the time we're old, we've got a good idea of where we are and what's ahead. And we can devote all our time to helping others. Not in outward ways even, sometimes that, but in ways of gaining understanding yourself so that that seeps into the world around you and it makes other people more comfortable and it soothes their broken spirits and it helps them along. That way when we leave, we'll really be leaving a footprint behind. It may be a footprint in water that dissolves, and that's the best kind. But we had to make footprints, feet on the ground in this material world in order to really learn. Look around you. Was it worth it? Living out this real nature? I think so. After all, in past lives you've had to deal with being rich and poor, different skin colors, different ethnicities, and you learn. You learn how to be comfortable in your own skin. And when you do that, you can move on. In my Father's house, there are many mansions. Because think about why a material world would be the best place to learn about cause and effect. How better could you learn not to touch a hot stove than having one to accidentally touch? Soon enough, you'll have your chance to be somebody else. But right now is the only chance you have to be who you are. In this body, in this time, in this great era of learning. You'll never get a chance again to be this you. It's pretty amazing, this you. What was it you came to do? What is it? You didn't come to complain that you weren't some other person or even some other gender, because there's great value in this one to be uncovered and learned about and cherished and put in the library of all it is, so that you'll have these dear places you've been and memories that you've been forever.